Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Thursday, February 10th, 2022. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Cabinet of the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis has approved the recommendation to relax restrictions on mass events that affect the entertainment and sporting communities. The decision is based on the advice of the Federation's health experts and the National COVID-19 Task Force.
We have removed restrictions on mass events related or being organized by the entertainment and sporting communities as of Saturday the 12th. We urge everyone to be responsible and, of course, to comply with any direction of the police. We make the point that notwithstanding the relaxation of restrictions, residual authority always, I repeat, always resides with the police or remains with the police, and any event started could be stopped at any time on the intervention of the police, in accordance, of course, with the law.
The announcement was made at the Prime Minister's press conference on Thursday, February 10th.
So I just want to warn people, it is not now a free-for-all, we could do anything everywhere. We know in normal times, if we are going to have an event, we have to seek the permission of the police. That will still be required. That will still be required. And those who are careful enough to have read police permission, whether it is for a dance, a picnic, or whatever, will say at any time this permission can be withdrawn.
Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris. The following is a notice from the Nevis Island Administration's Public Works Department. The Public Works Department would like to inform the general public and residents of Church Ground and surrounding areas that on Monday, February 14th, the department will commence the demolition and reconstruction of the culvert located opposite the Clark's residence. During the week of February 14th through February 21st, the road work will be impassable at that location. The motoring public wishing to travel from Church Ground to Hamilton and vice versa is asked to utilize the Braziers Estate Road at Marion Heights. Please be guided accordingly. The Public Works Department regrets any inconveniences caused. Expressions of condolences continue to pour in for the family of the late Chesley Pharaoh Davis, the Afrocentric, spirited researcher, teacher, and community advocate, passed on Tuesday, February 8, 2022. Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, in expressing sympathies to Davis's family and loved ones, thanked him for his contribution to the preservation of our culture. A statement from the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation, NCDF, says Chesley Pharaoh Davis has transitioned to the ancestors. The Nevis Cultural Development Foundation thanks him for his priceless contributions to the arts, culture, and history in all things Nevisian culture. Sincerest sympathies go out to the surviving family, his friends, and the SKN community. Current CEO of the NCDF, Jerome Rollins, in expressing his condolences, noted that Davis was a true cultural icon. Former Minister of Culture Hensley Daniel describes Davis's passing as a tragic loss, saying he contributed to the cultural development of the country. He was a good community man and a youth leader. A friend of Pharaoh, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, John Hanley, says he was a staple at almost every sports meet on Nevis as MC and was a dedicated proponent of all things Nevisian, especially folklore. He was considered a local expert on street theatre and various Nevisian cultural expressions. May his soul rest in eternal peace. At the time of his passing, Chesley Pharaoh Davis was serving as Community Development Officer in the Nevis Island Administration's Department of Community Development. Still to come, Ministry of Agriculture seeking to support more women in agriculture. The details after this break.
The Nevis Island Administration and MSR Media will be hosting the exclusive premiere of A Week in Paradise, a movie filmed on our very own Queen City, Nevis. The event takes place this Saturday, February 12th at 6 p.m. at the Malcolm Gishard Recreation Park at Pinnis Beach, and it's open to the general public. Be sure to come out early and enjoy the open-air event on the beautiful lawns of the MGR Park. See you this Saturday, February 12th at 6 p.m. at the Malcolm Gishard Recreation Park in Pinnis Beach for the exclusive premiere of MSR Media's A Week in Paradise. All COVID-19 protocols will be observed.
Welcome back. The following is a public service announcement from the Nevis Water Department NWD to its customers. The Nevis Water Department NWD will be commencing its island-wide disconnection program for 2022. Disconnections will take place in March, June, September, and December. Customers in arrears over 3 months are kindly asked to visit NWD and make payments on accounts. NWD is aware that some customers are experiencing financial hardship. Should you fall into this criteria, kindly apply for the payment arrangement plan at the Customer Service Department. Your kind cooperation and understanding is appreciated during this time. Deputy Premier and Area Representative for the St. James's Parish, the Honourable Alexis Jeffers, visited an illegal dump site on Tuesday, February 8, 2022, in the Newcastle village. In discouraging persons from illegal dumping, Minister Jeffers issued a charge to the homeowners, businesses, and other entities or persons who hire trucking services.
It is important for you to ensure that the material or the waste material ends up at the landfill or dumping site over there at Long Point. My thinking is that anyone who engages a truck driver or anyone who is engaged in dumping of material at the landfill must be able to come back from the landfill with some evidence that they have been to the landfill and have done the legal thing of dumping there or disposing of their waste there. So I am saying this to anyone who wants to contract someone to engage in such activity. Ask them to bring back the evidence, meaning the ticket or the receipt of from the solid waste of what they would have done. And that would be evidence that the driver would have done the right thing. That would be evidence that the whole idea of disposing of the garbage legally is done consistent with what the Nevis Island Administration wants done, and also what the people of Nevis would want done.
Minister Jeffers encouraged persons to report any sighting of illegal dumping seen anywhere on the island.
My hope is that this appeal will go out to all and sundry, whether you're dumping illegally in Hanley's Road, whether you're dumping illegally in Prospect, in Newcastle, Butlers, in any part of the island of Nevis, it is wrong and must not be condoned or embraced by anyone who is a right-thinking person and wants to see the best for the island of Nevis. So I want to thank Kevin Wilkin, and I want to thank you as well, Mr. Hendrickson, for coming here this morning. I want to thank Kevin specifically because he brought this to the fore, and I want all right-thinking divisions out there, whether you see what seems to be a dumping site, is a dumping site, or appears to be one, just make a report, because what starts small can always turn into something big. And this must have started small, but right now we have quite a bit of material here to remove.
Deputy Premier and Area Representative for the St. James's Parish, the Honourable Alexis Jeffers. The Ministry of Agriculture has engaged several women farmers in discussions with the purpose of implementing a range of measures to further support local women's participation in the agricultural sector. The ministry noticed an increase in women's interest in agriculture over the second half of 2021, following the Women's Farmers Academy 6-week virtual training held by Helen's Daughters out of St. Lucia and the Food for Change organization. Coming out of the training, the Ministry of Agriculture then partnered with the Ministry of Health to find strategies that would attract more women to agriculture. The meeting, which took place on Friday, February 4th, 2022, offered support to women through the Ministry of Agriculture's Farmers Assistance Program to incentivize women within the Federation. In meeting, a number of decisions were made. The Ministry of Agriculture will be hosting on International Women's Day, a Women in Agriculture conference to look at women in fisheries, crop production, agro-processing, and livestock production, said Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Ron Dublin Collins. Out of the training, the women agreed to form a network to work in conjunction with the Ministry of Agriculture. The formation of the network will be a St. Kitts and Nevis chapter of the current Caribbean organization dubbed Caribbean Network of Rural Women Producers. The Food for Change organization, which is a 4-year data gathering body that looks at interventions in St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Jamaica to combat non-communicable diseases, in collaboration with Helen's Daughters, used the opportunity to hold the training program for women in the final quarter of last year. The women involved received certificates in December of 2021. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.